Goodness, these aren't those Fender tuners with the slots. Stink. Alright, on the bench today, we got the amazing Jay's 50th Anniversary Stratocaster. So, yep, look at that. It's in today because it needs, well, the first thing it needs here is I had to fill that. I'll show you that in a sec. Second thing it needs is a full setup. Just some tweaks. Other than that, it works great. I don't think there's any problems with the electronics. So, yeah. This is a 50th anniversary Strat. They came out in 2004. They had an ash body, poly finish, burst. It's a nice burst, still in good shape. A couple dings in all the right spots. 25.5-inch scale neck, 22 frets. Let's go over to the back. Got your plate there with the 50th anniversary inlay. Fender decal. Fender tuners. Yeah, nice Strat. Nice Strat. So, one thing I need to address is the angle of the neck. The strings are really, really high in there, to me. And this also has a micro tilt. You can see the hole there on the plate, which will allow you to angle this neck backwards or forwards. For me, a Strat should be the fretboard should be level with the body. I think that's how I've always set up a Strat. Try to get that as level as you can. If you do have some other problems, you sometimes tilt back a little bit, but maybe with like a business card underneath the front edge, if it's really bad. But yeah, so I think I'm going to tilt that back a little bit, which would be able to get the action down. Which you know, if you've heard Jay play on my channel, he likes to shred, so I think that's too high for shredding. And we'll do the pickups too. Looks like the middle one's kind of low. But yep, new strings, intonation, fretboard, neck angle, all that stuff. But the second thing is, you know, we carved this times the enemy pick guard a couple years ago. And yeah, I poured it in there, a little cream color, and it kind of matches the tone of the rest of the guitar. But now his fingers won't get caught in there, so I'll show you that real quick. So this is the pick guard that we carved last year. I think it was just an off-the-shelf pick guard. It might have actually been the original pick guard for it. Super Tim painted it, and then I carved it so you can see the white through. I've done this on a couple of the times the enemy guitars, and this was the first one I did, but since then I started filling them with epoxy. The problem is when Jay's playing this, he catches his pick and his fingers in the carving, so it really should be poured so that you don't catch yourself. So it was perfect timing because I'm pouring that Michael Myers thing, so I'm just going to mix it all up at once, do this one real quick, and then do the stand-up for the Halloween. So that's going to look really cool. Alright, I got this all mixed up. It's the glow-in-the-dark pigment, and I mixed a little gold. I thought that would be good because you got a lot of gold stuff here, and so I used this beer color. And if you know Jay, this is apropos. I'm sure this is the first time beer's been poured on this guitar. So let's pour some beer resin in here. Hopefully it just spreads nicely. It's a little bit thick. I'm going to pour a splash of acetone into this, and that'll thin it out a little bit for me to move it through there. It'll flow a little better. It will just take a little bit longer to dry. Like, I'm probably adding some acetone. I'm probably at about 72 hours for a full cure, rather than like the 48 I would normally expect from it. Now, I'm going to let that flow out. I got to get to the Mike Myers because that's a pretty big cup and that needs to be poured quick before it goes off. Alright, so it's a couple days later. This is all dried and cured. He's not going to catch his fingers in there anymore. So that's good. So I'm going to set you up. I think I'm going to adjust the neck angle first, and then take the strings off and start working on cleaning it up and new fresh strings. So stay tuned. Alright, I got an Allen wrench ready to go there. I just want to loosen these a little bit. Tension off of there. Maybe a full turn on these. 2 full turns maybe. Yeah, let's start there. Alright, I'm going to start there. Like I said, I like to have the top of the bottom of the edge of the fretboard there. I like that to be even with the body. Should be straight. I mean, it's not a Les Paul. There's no angle. Straight. It does give you that buzz though, right? A lot of these are seized. They don't want to move. Alright, so I just took the whole bridge out. A lot of the hardware here is just dusty. Really seized up. I got some genuine Fender hardware actually to replace some of these, the ones that are stripped out. I don't want to keep forcing that. Going to hit this with the blaster and let it sit for a little bit. I was able to get 6 of them out, so I'm going to have to take them out the hard way. So much dust. Trying really hard to keep the stuff together in order. Somewhat of an order that makes sense in my brain. So I take the saddles out to be able to get these, the old hardware here out, and just using some wire cutters to get tighter on. These are really tight. They would have never moved with a Allen wrench. One last glance into your eyes. Rust. Really struggled with those. There was no way that those were going to go move with an Allen wrench.
There's a dark cloud hanging.
Let all that hardware soak in a little oil. We move on to the fretboard. It is pretty filthy, for one. I did check a couple frets, and there's quite a bit going on there, so taping up.
Right, I already should know. I don't know. Mama can't show me how. Be good boy one more time. No, it's not the right way. It's so unkind. So
Got this hardware all cleaned up and oiled, so I'm going to start rebuilding the bridge. I cleaned this off the best I could. Also made sure that the block was nice and tight in there. Two of the screws were actually a little bit loose, so good thing I did take that apart and check it. So I want to start reassembling the bridge, and I think the first thing I want to do is run through these holes with a pipe cleaner and just try to clean the threads out a little bit. See how dirty they come out. Alright, I got that ready to go. That's my order. Kind of almost see the where they have to go. So we're going to start with a screw and a spring. And I'm going to go with the shortest spring I have here, because this is the E string. It's going to be the farthest one back. Just get that started. I have three different sort of sizes of springs, so I'm going to go with the shortest one on the E, the second shortest one on the A, once you catch it, it shouldn't be hard to put in. So we're on to our D string, and I want the longest spring I have for that. You can't put it on before you push it through the hole. Push it through the hole. I always try to rush when I'm on camera, you know. This wouldn't be a problem otherwise. Leave that a little long for now. I'm sure they're all going to have to go back into place. But that comes with the strings and intonation and the bridge set. So I'm onto my G string, and I want to go back to the shortest spring, because this G is going to come back probably farther. It's going to be somewhere closer probably to where the E string sits. So turn around now and walk away. That's Alright, they're all back in there. Now we got to put the height adjusters in. And I just want to make sure that I'm going to be putting them with the Allen facing up. So I think I'm just going to start them here. I'm going to put that through till it just starts lifting. And the way I'm putting these on here is I'm staggering them. I'm putting my longest ones in the center to be able to meet that crown. The shorter ones on the outer edge. 3 different sizes of these. And if you notice, the bridge I was taking the hardware off of, that originally came off of the thin line Telecaster that we made. So that wasn't needed, but it's genuine Fender hardware, and it has these really small, I think it's like a, what is that? I think it's like a 32nd or something. It's really tiny. That one was getting me nervous, I was hoping. The last thing I want to do is to try to retap these. Although at that point we might be getting a new bridge, because I ain't doing that.
He walks toward the door. Street lamp lights his way through the rain.
Alright, so the bridge is back together. I'm going to reset it back in there. Easy as going like that. One thing I'm noticing is, I don't know if this is on all Strats. I've never noticed that, or is it just this bridge? Yeah, it must be this bridge, where you can actually see down the body hole in there. So let's hold that in place. Get a spring on here. It's about ready to put some strings on it. Color in my nut up here with my pencil. Just string a little lube going through there. I've gone through the fretboard. Frets are all level. Got a majority of the gunk off of the fretboard itself with some wood cleaner and the lemon oil. So we got one spring on the trim. Until I get some tension on, I'll leave one spring on it. Thank goodness these aren't those Fender tuners with the slots. Stink.
Whispers in the darkness, carrying the wind. The sky closes in as they whisk into
strung up.
Cast you out in the name of the King. In the name of the King. Silence, demons, I cast you out in the name of the King.
It's pretty close height down here. Seems like these the original black hardware that came through with this are just all stripping out. And it's funny, the chrome screws that came with this Fender bridge, they're all perfect. They don't strip out at all. So the way I set a Fender bridge is try to find your medium so that this bridge here is lying flat with the body. Not on the body, but parallel with the body. So I've been tuning it up and it's just lifting it. So now I need to give a couple cranks to these screws down here. And I'm probably only going to go, I'll start with a half a turn and see what that looks like. Check your tuning. A couple tweaks, tune it back up. Still pulling up pretty high. More tweaks, couple more. Probably gonna go full turn and a full turn. Now I'm gonna back all this off. Still pulling up, so these are getting kind of tight in here, so I might actually add another spring.
Oh, policeman, you gotta stop that
Right
thief.
here.
She's gone and stole my knee. I chase her down, but I suspect my legs and feet just won't connect.
I'm going to release that tension by a half a turn until it starts coming up off of the body here. Right around there. Perfect up and down movement for you. So, did that tweak to the springs. Let's tune it again. Alright. Now, this is a pix width away from the body there, and it's parallel with the body. Let's tune it again.
It makes the table spin. Makes the table spin just right.
Alright, intonation is done. We'll tighten up these tuners, they're a little slippy. Get a flathead.
You're my prisoner.
Alright, that's way more evened out. Yeah. So to reiterate what I did, this neck was facing up, like the headstock was higher. so that the fretboard was not level with the body, so it wasn't square. So you had this pickup really high, this pickup really low, and the bridge really low, but it was still a huge gap between the strings. I got like just enough there for you to play nice and nice there. The bridge was raised significantly, and I needed that new hardware there. Just wanted to check for any buzzing. No buzzing at all. But I want to bring you in here for a close-up of this. So even though that the bridge is even though the saddles, the bridge is still at the same height it started out as. Even though the saddles are higher, everything's more even right down the guitar. So the height of the string off the body here is the same as the string off the height off the body here. And then I was able to even out all the pickups too to the roughly the same height, rather than this bridge one being way down and the neck one being real high. So now everything is straight down the neck, and it should be a lot better of a player. So I think that's all I would need to do on this one. I'm going to put the back plate back on it, set up, and try to run through some scales for you or something, give you a taste of what it sounds like. Yeah, so this thing is sounding pretty good. It feels awesome. I think I got to, I'm going to spray out the pots with some electronics parts cleaner. And, yeah. Other than that, I mean, it plays, feels just perfect. So. Alright, so I want to thank you once again for joining me. I'm going to get this back to Jay from Times the Enemy. The amazing Jay. He's got a gig tonight. A little Halloween gig. So, I'd like to play this tonight. We'll see. I'll give him a ring. Please like and subscribe and all that nonsense. Thumbs up so I know you like my content. And we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.